What up, B Squad? It is your boy JB, and I am here today, you guys, with Let's Get Into the Blogs, you guys. So before we go ahead and get into it, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel, and you guys aren't subscribed yet, then I need you guys to do me a solid favor and stop taking me out on this date and having me pay for it at the end of it. You guys know the routine. You can do me that favor by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, turning on your post notifications, you guys, and sharing the video. And with that out of the way, without further ado, let us go ahead and discuss what is hot and what is trending for this week, you guys. So this is going to be the hot topics for the week of May 3rd through May 9th, I think. Yeah, that's correct. So let's go ahead and get into it, shall we? All right, you guys. So before we talk, actually, one of the big stories that I want to talk about today is this whole situation with Beyonce. So you guys know last week we talked about Beyonce. So literally, after I did my video about Beyonce and Cowboy Carter last week, it came out that Beyonce was hit with a cease and desist, JB, braces, you guys. And I just got my, wire. They put another wire in here. They put two brackets, top and bottom, and it's making it difficult for me to talk. But she was hit with a cease and desist from the Sphere. Now, in the concert, you guys know Beyonce had, if you guys have been to her concert, then you guys know that she has her interludes, right? And in her when she goes through a transition, she has a big jumbo screen, and it shows different things, right? So she received a cease and desist from the Sphere. And I was like, ooh, because in the little thing she picks it up, and it's the Sphere, right? So the Sphere wanted her to remove that from the tour, and they gave her a deadline too. I can't remember what the deadline was, but I remember seeing it last Friday, I believe it was, and I was like, if I know Beyonce like I know Beyonce immediately got somebody on there, and she was like, you know what? I want y'all to remove that shit from that, remove it. Let's film something else. Let's put something else in place of it. And that's exactly what she did. Because I think I noticed it Monday when she had, because I think she's still out there at SoFi Stadium, right? Because I know I saw the other day that current Real Housewives star Bozoma St. John, her boyfriend, were at the concert. One of my classmates, I saw that who lives in California, I saw one of my classmates that was out there last night, to be exact. So yeah, she's still out there, but I know she said fuck that. I forgot what it was that she picks up now, but whatever it is she picks up now, and up comes out of it, bang. I said, I know that's fucking right, Beyonce. I'm here for it. And when I saw that, I was like, they gonna get the Khalees treatment, because you guys remember when she released Renaissance, and Khalees was so upset about the whole situation with, what was this? Which song was it from Renaissance? Was it Break My Soul? No. Whatever song it was that Khalees was so pissed off about, Beyonce removed that, the Khalees sample from the streaming part of it, right? But you guys remember I had the album as well. And I didn't really hear much different. I don't see the difference. I didn't even, again, me personally, I would have never known about it unless it wasn't for Khalees and her making a big fuss about it. Because I promise you guys, I would have never known anything about the situation. But hey, let's move on to the next story, you guys. Shall we? So the next story that I saw, now this is, you guys remember friend AJ from 106 & Park, right? Well, I saw that BET, I think it's for the BET Awards, that they're having a special reunion for the 106 & Park host. I think that's what I read, something like that. Yeah. So this comes to us from Billboard. It says 106 & Park to celebrate 25th anniversary. Damn, it just does not feel like it's been 25 years, man. It really don't. I really miss BET. I miss 106 & Park. I grew up with 106 & Park with friend AJ, right? And then when friend AJ left, they brought in, who did they bring in after friend AJ? It was friend AJ. Oh, then it was Jalissa and Tigger. I wasn't the biggest fan when Jalissa and Tigger hosted it, but I was I grew to semi like Jalissa and Tigger. Then when Jalissa and Tigger left, that's when they did that audition for the next two hosts of 106 and Park, and they brought on Terrence and Roxy, who I never liked from day one, right? Then when Terrence and Roxy left, that's when they brought in Bow Wow, and that is the point. Actually, I stopped watching 106 and Park during Terrence and Roxy's run. I maybe watched like a year into Terrence and Roxy's run, but after that, I was out of 106 and Park. And it ain't even that I had aged out of the show. It's just the fact that I just did not like Terrence and Roxy, right? But it says here, BT, it says 106 and Park to celebrate 25th anniversary with host reunion and performances at the 2025 BET Awards. I'm here for it. I wonder if they're gonna have everybody there. Um, But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that, you guys. Let me know. Because I'm going to read this. I'm going to read the article and then we can go on and move on. But it says 106 Park was more than just a music countdown show. It was the heartbeat of black youth culture and one of the highest rated BT programs for over a decade. BET President Scott Mills said in a statement, Freestyle Friday, oh my God, he used to love Freestyle Friday. Freestyle Friday to unforgettable live performances, it launched careers, influenced fashion, and became a platform where voices, style, and sound converged. 106 and Park both celebrated and fueled many of the most important musical and cultural even evolutions that occurred during its two and a half decade tenure. Was it on for 10? It went on for, I guess it was, cause no, I don't remember how long it was on. But yeah, oh, it says on the performance side, Mr. 106 Park himself, Bow Wow will hit the stage with B2K, Maya, A. Marie, Jim Jones, and T.I. on June 9th. Really? Isn't that a Monday? It is. So BET Awards are going to air on June 9th this year, you guys, and that's a Monday. That's very interesting. That is very interesting because the BET Awards typically air on a Sunday. So we're going to have it on a Monday night. And it's early in the summer, too. Because y'all know BET Awards is usually towards the end of the summer going towards, like I said the last time we talked about the BET Awards, when we talked about Kevin Hart hosting it, it's usually a weekend because it's all, the whole BET experience from that Friday to that Saturday, that Sunday, and then that be it. But it's on a Monday this year, so I wonder how they're gonna that's gonna be interesting. So I guess the weekend is gonna start on Sunday. Well, probably it's gonna be interesting. Monday, June 9th. You guys mark your calendars. The awards will kick off at the family of BET Networks at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Will y'all be watching? Again, I will be watching. I will talk about it. I ain't that excited about it, especially with Kevin Hart, but okay, we'll be there nonetheless. Let's move on to the next story, shall we? All right, you guys, so the next story, very interesting, and I'm not laughing at the story, I'm just find it very interesting. Smokey Robinson, you guys. So Smokey Robinson at a whopping, I knew that man was 85 years. I knew that man was in his damn 80s. He's my mom's age. Because he and my mom are born in the same year, 1940. He's born February 19th. She was born September 19th of 1990. But neither here nor there. Smokey has been hit with a SA allegation. And we're going to read into it. So it says four former housekeepers who worked with Smokey Robinson and his wife have filed a lawsuit alleging the Motown star assaulted them and R-worded them, right? And the article says, where the hell is the article? I see more ads than I do to see the article. Oh God, I hate when I click on stuff like this and it never be what you want it to be. But Smokey, I do see here it says Smokey has responded and he is appalled by this and he is denying any allegations against him. What do you expect, right? Do you expect the man to sit there and say, yes, I did it? But yeah, do you expect the man to say he did it? I am really trying to find this article and nobody, I can't seem to find it anywhere, you guys. The places that I've clicked on, it just, It's so many ads. Okay, so let's see if this has it. Yes. So this is from the BBC. It says four anonymous housekeepers are suing Motown legend Smokey Robinson for $50 million or 37 million euro, accusing him of sexual assault. It says a complaint filed in Los Angeles Superior Court accuses 85-year-old of sexual battery, false imprisonment, negligence, and gender violence, in addition to a number of labor violations related to wages, breaks, meal times, and overtime pay. The lawsuit named Smokey Robinson's wife, Frances Robinson, claiming she contributed to a hostile work environment and used ethnically prerogative, I think that's word, yeah, words and language. Representatives for both the Robinsons did not immediately respond to requests for comment, and the accusations could not be independently verified. We know all about Smokey. So let's see. They're all Hispanic women who were employed by the Robinsons, earning below minimum wage, said John Harris. As low-wage women in vulnerable positions, they lack the resources and options necessary to protect themselves from sexual assault. The women are suing under the pseudonyms Jane Doe 1, 2, 3, and 4 due to sexual misconduct allegations, including R word being leveled against the musician. It says three are former housekeepers and one was the singer's personal assistant, cook, and hairdresser, according to court documents. In the lawsuit, all four women claimed that Robinson would summon them to various areas of his properties, Chatworth, Bell Canyon, and Las Vegas, at times when his wife was away. Sometimes emerging naked from a shower, he forced them to have various types of SEX over a number of years, starting in 2006, the lawsuit alleges. Jane Doe's 1, 3, and 4 all allege Robinson actually assaulted them in the blue bedroom of his Chatsworth residence, claiming he would lay down on a towel to protect the bed sheets prior to the assaults. So he's more worried about the bed sheets than anything. I'm not laughing at them. I'm just laughing at the bed sheets part, right? It says Jane Doe 2's allegations state that Robinson R-worded her in the laundry room and the garage of his Chatworth residence, where closed-circuit cameras were unable to see. The women claimed that during the alleged assaults, Robinson used physical barriers and threats of force to prevent them from fleeing. The lawsuit also indicates several allegations of workplace violations. All four women say they worked 10 hours a day for 6 days a week without being paid minimum wage or overtime. They also claim to have worked holidays without receiving holiday pay. According to the lawsuit, the employees all quit because of the alleged sexual misconduct and hostile work environment. It says here the BBC. The BBC contacted the Robinson representatives for response to the lawsuit. No police reports or criminal charges have been filed against the musician, and a spokesperson for Los Angeles County District Attorney said the women's claims were not under review because law enforcement had not presented a case. Los Angeles police said that they had no statements on the matter. Very interesting. Very interesting. One, it says it started in 2006, so that is a very long time. That's almost 2 decades, because I mean, we're in 2025, and next year is 26, so that's almost 20 years at this point. So, wow. It always, it always baffles me when you hear about stuff like this, especially when people say they work for people and they didn't pay them minimum wage. And I always think to myself, it's like, that's part of the reason why people love to talk about, I'm going to use air quotes, illegal immigrants and aliens, right? But most people use them, right? They take jobs that ordinary, Americans probably wouldn't take, right? Who's gonna go work a job and get paid below minimum wage? You don't get overtime pay. You don't get holiday pay, but you work X amount of hours for this person, right? And I hate that people do that. And I'm not saying that we believe the victims, right? And so I just hate to hear shit like that. I really do. Like, I think less of people who do stuff like that, who harm people and hurt people because they feel like you can't. If you here's the thing, they probably most times they feel like if you do try to turn me in, then you only put yourself in more trouble, right? Because I know did you guys see where y'all's president is now trying to say to quote unquote illegal immigrants that if you go to the airport, they'll give you, I think, $1,000. They'll give you a flight to go wherever you're supposed to go wherever you're gonna go. Y'all, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this damn administration. To be quite honest with you, I'm sick of this administration. I'm sick of this administration. But we're gonna keep an eye on this case to see what comes forward with this. It's very interesting. It's very interesting to hear them talk about the assault, the being underpaid, and all that kind of stuff. And do I believe Smokey did it? We don't know. I don't put anything past anybody, right? I don't put anything past a person, anything, because people, you are capable of, anybody's capable of anything, right? To be quite honest with you. But let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys believe this? Again, I choose to believe what the women say. When it comes to stuff like this, you would hate to think that people would lie about this, but I mean, sometimes people do lie. But I'm not saying, again, let me say this clearly, I'm not accusing these women of lying. I'm just, like I said, I choose to believe them. And if this stuff did happen to them, then I hope that they get the justice that they deserve. And that's really all I got. So let's go ahead and move on to the next story, you guys. All right, you guys, so the next story, The Game. You guys know, I feel like that's been like over 10 years ago now, right? When he did that show on VH1, that love show on VH1. You guys remember that I think it was the girl who won this show, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think it was that young lady who won that show who then came out and sued him for an sexual assault, right? Y'all correct. Again, I'm not a big The Game fan, but I do feel like that girl won that show, that dating show. I definitely do feel like he won that game. I definitely do feel like that girl won that season of it, and it was only one season, right? It was only one season, but you guys know they went to court, and he was ordered to pay that woman, but up until recently, he still hadn't paid her. And again, like I said, you guys, I really believe that show happened in the early 2010s, if I'm not mistaken. But let's read it here. So this comes to us from iHeart. So it says The Game loses his mansion over $7 million court judgment. Rapper The Game has officially lost his multi-million-dollar Calabasas mansion after a long legal fight tied to a sexual assault case. This case stems from 2016. I knew I was right. I knew it was in the 2010s, 2016. So that's been almost a decade as well. And like I said, he had not paid that girl, right? So it says this case stems from the 2016 VH1 reality show She Got Game, where former contestant Priscilla Rainey accused him of inappropriately touching her during production. Rainey filed a lawsuit in 2016 and claimed the incident caused her emotional distress. The Game denied the allegations and said Rainey only joined the show to file a false lawsuit and get money. Despite his claim, the judge ruled in Rainey's favor, awarding her $7.13 million in damages. Since then, The Game has refused to pay the judgment. In response, a California judge ordered that his Calabasas home be seized and sold to help cover the debt. The property is worth about $3 million, which still falls short of what Rainey is owed, but is a start. Rainey reacted to the news by saying she's satisfied with the outcome. The Game has not made any public statements about losing his home. Girl, ain't that interesting? Because he got a baby now with Evelyn Lozada's daughter, Shanice. And y'all know I don't watch Basketball Wives, but I have been watching people's reviews, and I've heard people talk about the fact that Evelyn was on the first episode talking about her grandchild. We'll just say her grandchild, because I don't know what her grandchild is. I don't keep up with her. I damn sure don't keep up with her daughter, right? But her grandchild is, I think it's a son. I think the girl had a boy. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Shanice had a son. But she was talking about her grandson and The Game, and I was like, oh, you proud of that? That's what you proud of? You proud of a man that was accused of sexual assault? impregnating your daughter, that is probably half your daughter's, because the game is what, like in his 40s? How old is the game? How old is Shanice? The game is 45 years old. An almost 50-year-old man sleeping with your daughter. I think Shanice is in her early 30s, if I'm not mistaken. I think she's in her early 30s. But hey, if Evelyn likes it, I love it. But the game. What did you think that, like, dude, what did you think they were going to do? Eventually, they were going to come after you. You can duck and dodge paying that girl all you wanted to, right? But you had to have known the courts were going to someone was going to intervene at some point. It's a judgment against you, nigga. If you wanted the judgment to go away, you could go the appellate route. Obviously, you didn't try to appeal this. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But I feel like he was like, oh, if I don't pay it, and again, this has been almost 10 years, my nigga. Dude, this has been almost 10 fucking years. $3 million, and the fact that you don't lost your house. You've lost your house. Hopefully, you know, you and your family will be fine. Honestly, I don't care. But hey, good luck to you, buddy. Good luck to you. It's so weird to me. So freaking weird to me. But yeah, you guys, that's really all the stories that I pretty much had. We'll pause here and I'll see what else I can find. I think there's one more thing. Well, you guys know that Diddy's trial did start this week. So let's pause here and see if we can find some information on that, shall we? All right, you guys, so with Diddy's trial, I do want to say something real quick. Y'all, that sketch image of him, the sketch image of Diddy, I don't know if y'all can see it. Can y'all? Yes, y'all can see it. Y'all see that sketch image? That man is really gray. Gray, and that beard is completely gray. He got gray up here in his hair. Huh. Now, what I'm looking at this right here from the New York Times. It says, the judge delays Sean Combs' jury selection concerned about cold feet. I cannot pronounce this judge's name, but it said, the judge said he feared jurors might grow uneasy over the weekend and drop off the panel before the trial begins on Monday. Jury selection for Sean Combs' racketeering sex trafficking trial was delayed on Friday over worries that some jurors might get cold feet before the start of the high-profile case. The judge who was overseeing the case expressed concerns that if jurors were selected before the weekend, they could grow uneasy and drop off the panel before the trial begins on Monday. The decision came after one potential juror sent an email to the court asking to be let off the panel for issues of personal well-being, the defense said. 12 jurors and 6 alternates will be selected and sworn in on Monday at Federal District Court in Manhattan ahead of opening statements in the case. The juror will be tasked with deciding whether the music mogul was a swinger with unorthodox sexual proclivities or a predator who used his power to abuse victims in drug-dazed encounters. If convicted, Mr. Combs, who was once a roundly celebrated figure in the music industry, could spend the rest of his life in prison. The jurors will be anonymous, meaning their names will not be disclosed in public court. They will not be sequestered, however, so it is up to them to shield themselves from the media coverage and other chatter about the case. Over 3 days, dozens of New Yorkers took the witness stand inside the courtroom where they were asked to describe in detail what they had seen and heard about the case against the artist and executive who has been the subject of swirling allegations of sexual abuse over the past year and a half. Mr. Combs, who has vehemently denied the allegations, watched intently as the potential jurors recounted what they had learned on the internet and through word of mouth, in news reports, in group text conversations with friends, in speculative chatter between co-workers on Joe Rogan's podcast, and in one case, in a satirical song by Russian comedian. When questioning a few potential jurors, the judge asked about their own social media activity. Do you remember retweeting perhaps a meme about Mr. Combs or a joke about Mr. Combs? The judge asked one of them. Quote, more likely than not, yes, he replied. Many of the candidates were adamant that they could set any prior exposure to the case aside to make a decision solely on what is presented at trial. Quote, I'm old enough to have heard a lot of stories before trial, and then when the evidence is actually presented, things are, the truth comes out. One potential juror said, transferred each day from a jail in Sunset Park neighborhood of Brooklyn, Mr. Combs has worn a crew neck sweater, slacks, and laceless shoes each day. Clothing approved by the judge. Okay. Yeah, this is interesting that they don't have a they delayed the jury. Yeah, you guys, I'm interested to see where this case goes. To be quite honest with you guys, do I you know I find myself wondering, do I think if Diddy is going to serve? I mean, he's already been in jail now, but my thing is, I'm just wondering, is he going to be convicted? That's why I find myself wondering. I will say, the video with Cassie, with him kicking her and beating her in that hallway, that's very damning. It's very damning, right? Then him paying her, that didn't help him either. So, and we don't know the whole thing of what the Fed, remember, when the feds raided the house, we don't know everything that the feds found, right? We know about the baby oil and stuff. I'm curious to see what more we find out that we didn't already know when it comes to Diddy's case, right? But definitely tell me what you guys, your thoughts, your opinions, and we'll go ahead and we'll wrap up, you guys, and move on to, it's not even a story, it's just something that I want to talk about. But let's pause here and move on. All right, you guys, so the Met Gala was this week. It was Monday, if I'm not mistaken. It was Cinco de Mayo. And, I saw where Megyn Kelly was upset about the theme of the Met Gala. Anything that, if it's black, racist white people have a problem with it. And I find it hilarious. It's hilarious to me because I saw Megyn Kelly has such a huge issue with the Met Gala. I was like, oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. Cry your little white woman tears somewhere else because we don't fucking care. What I will say is I love the fashions that I saw, loved them down, right? So it's about 300 photos. I'm not gonna go over everybody, but I'm gonna talk about people that I saw that I absolutely loved their fashions, right? Let's see, who was somebody that I loved? Oh, before we get into it, let's talk about Rihanna. So before the Met Gala, I saw a picture of Rihanna, and she wasn't really trying to cover her stomach up, but you could definitely see her stomach, and you could definitely see that Riri is in fact pregnant again. I was like, damn, girl, ASAP Rocky don't stay up off of you, do we? Like, that man stays on top of you, and Rihanna looked like she is good into her second trimester. Maybe even third trimester, because Rihanna is good and pregnant. Rihanna is good and pregnant. Now, Rihanna, girl, I want you to stop telling us that lie about your album coming, because, girl, an album, who, where? No, ma'am. You ain't giving us no fucking album. You are not giving us a damn album. Now, let's get into some of the looks that I like. So I'm gonna talk about, there was really just one guy that I saw that I was like, yes, your outfit is given to me. Lakeith Stanfield, I think that's who it was. Loved it was just simple, and I was just like, that is it. Somebody else that now we're moving on to the women, because it was just Lakeith Stanfield. I was looking at Coleman Domingo's outfit, and I just couldn't figure out what Coleman Domingo was going for. And typically with Coleman Domingo, I love everything that Coleman Domingo wears. But this, I was just a little bit on the confused side with what Coleman Domingo had on, right? Zendaya, I love what she had on. There was another actress or celebrity that had on a similar outfit as Zendaya's, but I still think that Zendaya wore it better. Just me personally, I'm being biased because I like Zendaya. Jenna Ortega, I loved what Jenna Ortega wore. I was like, oh, that is okay. Come on, Jenna Ortega. Who else did I like what they had on? I like what Doechii had on. I loved what Doechii had on. I thought it was cute. Who else? I love Dochi's outfit. I loved Cardi B. Cardi B. Oh my God. Whoever what that look for Cardi B, I was here for it. It was everything to me. No, I'm trying to think, you guys. I'm really trying to think. And like I said, I'm looking. Oh, I loved Halle Berry's. I will say I loved Halle Berry's outfit too. I thought Halle Berry looked amazing. Uh, who else? Halle Berry looked good. I'm trying to think, you guys. I'm trying to remember all the. I'm looking at them on my phone. I did not like Nicki Minaj's look, and you guys can beat me up, say whatever you want to say. I don't care. I just wasn't a fan of her outfit. To be quite honest with you, she looked a little stuffed in it, and that's nothing personal against her. Somebody who I did think looked good, but I just want to know what's going on with the face. Lala Anthony. I thought Lala looked good. I just don't understand. Like, I don't know what Lala is doing to her fucking face. Whatever she's doing to her face, I want Lala to absolutely stop with it. Please, girl. Please stop, Lala. Whatever you're doing to your face, just let it go. Who else? We're just looking down. I like what Doja Cat had on. I love what Tiana Taylor wore, you guys. Dude, excuse me, y'all. What Tiana Taylor kind of gave Mad Hatter vibes to me. But you guys can tell me what you think. I love Tiana's look. Um, who else do we have? And I'm trying to think of who it was. Let's talk about Vera Wang real quick. Did y'all see Vera Wang on that red carpet with that wig? It was that wig. It looked like she was going to audition for the white version of Set It Off. I was like, Vera, what the hell is this wig? Oh my God, you guys. So I don't know who this lady is. Can y'all see her? Like, what? Gorgeous. Gorgeous black woman. She looks amazing. She looks amazing to me. I like what's I don't Sabrina Carpenter. I kind of like the outfit, but it's cute. I hate her hair. I hate how poofy her hair is. Uh, this is Nikki's look. It's not a what I will say. It's not a bad look. It's just the one for me. Now I love Demi Moore. Demi Moore did that. I like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Here's Dochi's look. Here's Cardi B. Love Cardi B. Keke Palmer. I like Keke Palmer. Not my favorite, but I like what Keke got on. Lauryn Hill was there. I don't care about her for her outfit. To be quite honest with you, we're just being honest with each other. Not a big fan of it. Tom Ford. So here's the other young lady who kind of had on a similar outfit as Zendaya. But again, like I said, for me personally, Zendaya ate down. Zendaya ate it down. Here's Halle Berry. Only thing about Halle Berry's look that I don't like is Halle's hair. I don't know what that is on Halle's head, but I hate it. I absolutely detest what Halle had on her head. Here's Issa. Not a big fan of what Issa has on, but it's cute. Here's Doja. The reason why I like what Doja had on is because it's completely different, and we would expect nothing less from Doja Cat. Jaden Smith, I don't care for what he had on. I'm sorry, don't care to show it. Nicole Scherzinger, Lana Del Rey, Sydney Sweeney. Where is the fucking look? Jasmine Sullivan. Like what Jasmine, and not, nah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Jasmine there. Here's Lakeith Stanfield. There's Lakeith Stanfield. When I tell you guys, I liked what Lakeith had on. Miranda Kerr, Brian Tyree Henry. Now, somebody tried to tell me once before that they think I look like Brian Tyree Henry. I was like, I don't see it. Now, years ago, people used to tell me I look like Sean Patrick Thomas. I was like, I don't see it. But Sean Patrick Thomas, I see it more than I do Brian Tyree Henry. I wouldn't say that people would confuse me for them, but you know, oh, there go Taraji. It's a no for me, Taraji. Love you, but it's a no. Damn it, who was it? Who the fuck was it? I can see it clear as day. She had on this jacket and it looked like a suit, but then she took it off. Who the fuck was that? Who was? Yeah, I'm gonna have to go to Instagram because I know. Because some of my singers, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Some of my singers, I do get them confused. I do get them confused. But that's really all I got. I feel like Janelle Monáe. Why can I think of that? Janelle Monáe. That girl looked fun. I loved her look. When I tell you guys I love Janelle Monáe's look, I was like, yes, you better do the motherfucking thing. Here go another picture of Lakeith Stanfield. It's a better picture because the first one was. But yeah, you guys, that's really all I want to talk about. If you tell me you guys is, oh, Tim's went. She looks cute. But yeah, you guys, that's really all I got. Here we go. Janelle fucking Monáe. That girl looked, I was like, yes. Yes. And then when she took it off, oh, she looked good. Andre 3000. This is very interesting, but I like it. I like it. Yeah, you guys, I would love to go to the Met, to get to the gala of the Met one year. Natasha Lyonne. Does she have anything on up under this damn thing? Can y'all see that? It's sheer and see-through. Quinta Brunson. Love Quinta. Quinta looks good. Yeah, you guys, that's, oh, Reggae Jean Page. I know everybody loves him. Questlove. So yeah, you guys, that's really all that I got. Oh, she looks gorgeous. I don't know who she is, but gorgeous. Okay. Yeah, that's it, you guys. Oh, they're gonna marry. And she's smiling. Child, and Mary is fucking smiling. Because you very rarely see Mary smiling. Madonna went, girl, Madonna need to stop doing whatever. God, Madonna and her face. Madonna and that face. But yeah, you guys, that's all I got. Oh, Coco. I like what Coco got on. Coco Jones. Yeah, we just talking at this point because it wasn't much to talk about this week. And I'm just trying to stretch this stuff out a little bit. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I don't even think I'm gonna be doing much. I don't even think I'm gonna do much editing with this video, to be quite honest with you, because it really wasn't much to talk about this week. Now, y'all, I just saw. Jesus, forgive me, because I think that this is part of his culture, and I was about to say something very rude, not offensive, just because caught my eye, and I was about to say, what the fuck is this? This ain't even part of the theme. But it's probably it's probably part of the theme, but also part of his culture. So, yeah, shut up, JB. Shut up, JB. But yeah, you guys, that's it for me. If you guys had any looks that you guys liked or didn't like, tell me what you guys think about everything that we talked about. Yeah, there's nothing else for me to talk about. You guys know that I have Raising Kanan coming up. You guys know that Love at the Lockup and Beyond the Gates. Not Beyond the Gates. Love at the Lockup and The Never Ever Mess is coming up as well. And then we have Beyond the Gates with Really B. So we will be going live at noon on Saturday. Yeah, it's noon my time and 1 o'clock her time, Eastern time, right? So yeah, that's all I got, you guys. I ain't got nothing else to really talk about. Oh, before we get out of here, let's talk about some Bravo stuff real quick. Let's just talk about some Bravo stuff because I really hadn't talked about Bravo stuff lately. So before we get out of here, let me pause here and then let's talk about the Bravo stuff. All right, you guys. So let's talk about some Bravo news. So Bravo has announced some new shows that are coming to the network, you guys. So you guys know that June 11th, The Real Housewives of Miami will be airing season 7. Really B and I will be we will be keeping a panel. We just don't know who all is going to be on the panel right now. Right now it's tentative. For sure it's me and Really B. We think y'all's going to join us because I know Really B said y'all watches Real Housewives of Miami, so for sure you got the three of us, right? We're going to see about if Belle can join us. If she can't, then no harm, no foul. And if we need to find a fourth person, we will. I think I know some people who watch Miami. I feel like I know some people who watch Miami. I know one person who watches Miami. And I can, I'll talk to the group and see how they feel about adding her to the lineup. And I'll talk to her and see if she wants to join us as well. But yeah, so Miami is coming. Y'all know that Next Gen NYC show with Riley, Brielle. Is it Brielle or is it Ariana? It's Ariana, Gia, and Meredith's son. That show is coming. I have no intentions of reviewing that show. Will I watch it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But then you guys, Bravo also announced this week that they're adding some new shows. So, excuse me, there's a working title for this show. It's called The Valley Persian Style. And if you guys are familiar with Shahs of Sunset, then it'll have Reza Farahhan, who I'm not a big fan of, Mercedes MJ Hadid. Is that how you pronounce her last name? I could be wrong, but MJ, she'll be on there. I wasn't always the biggest fan of Mercedes. And then Gigi Gonlessa, or as they used to call her, Loch Nessa. Gonlessa is gonna be back, and I loved Gigi on the original Shahs of Sunset. So we'll be seeing them soon. Then they're adding a wife swap, Housewives edition, a Housewives edition. That one I'm not too excited about. And then they announced a brand new Housewives City, which has been rumored for some months now. The Real Housewives of Rhode Island. If you guys saw my community tab, I did say that with the Real Housewives of Rhode Island, I will consider reviewing it. I'm not 100% sold on it, but I'll watch the trailer and then I'll watch the first episode. If the first episode gives me enough to do a review for, then we'll absolutely come down here and review the Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Also, you guys know Salt Lake City is filming. OC is currently wrapping up filming pretty soon. They didn't mention New York, so New York is currently on a pause because I just read that on the blogs that New York is on pause, which is, I'm okay with that, right? Because the last season of Roni wasn't that good. I feel like Bravo, instead of them doing a full reboot of Roni, they should have just kept some of the old girls and some of the new girls, right? Especially for season 15. I feel like they should have mixed the cast, right? Because this past season of Roni, it didn't give. Beverly Hills is coming back. They say that all the women are coming back. I'm not excited about that. What else? Because me and Real talked about that, and I told her, like, if we keep the panel, I'll come on the panel and be with them. But as far as individual reviews on this channel, it won't happen. Marriage to Medicine is filming. I did see that Letitia announced that she is not coming back to Married to Medicine. Am I okay with that? I am. I don't feel no types of way about it. But like I've been saying for the longest time, when it comes to Letitia, I really honestly don't get why everybody has such a disdain for Letitia. She didn't do anything. Was she a little annoying? Absolutely. But for people just to have such animosity towards the girl, I didn't get it. I didn't have the animosity toward her, but hey, it is what it is, right? New Jersey, we know that that's on the pause. Dubai, we know that that's paused. So rumors are still out there about the Real Housewives of Chicago. according to what I've read and heard, they are testing in Chicago. I know that I think I heard that they were filming some stuff in Chicago, but we don't know anything right now. But I feel like I really would like Chicago. I really would. But hey, that's all I got, you guys. Let me know what you guys thought about everything that I discussed in this video. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on your post notifications, and share the video, you guys. And until the next time, stay safe out there, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Wash your hands. Be blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next video.